All right, Manib. So a long time no chat. Glad that we're getting back after it. Inventory is still really low, um, but some of my competition. The nice thing is that this low inventory has flushed out a lot of wholesalers that were getting into the market. I'm not seeing hardly anybody send across any wholesale deals recently except for New Western. New Western still send them out, so I've been tracking them and figuring out what they're doing. And some of their deals are super skinny, hardly making any money, but other ones are doing really well on them. So um, from my analysis of them, they've been doing about 50% on market, which is what you've been doing, and about 50% off market, which is what Solomon's been doing. As of today, I have not brought Solomon back on board. It's just you and I. I want to focus just with you this week, possibly next week, and make sure that we get right on the same page. And we're going to start all the way from the beginning. And I apologize up front if this seems kind of redundant or monotonous, but I think it's important that we get exactly on the same page with the way the market is right now because we just cannot miss anything when it comes to getting these uh, when we're searching these on-market properties, and we need to be extremely fast at getting after these properties. So we can't waste hardly any time on these. That's one thing I've really noticed about my competition, New Western, is that the deals they are finding on market, they're locking them up the first day. And this isn't any different than what we talked about before, but I'm just really kind of driving this point home that this is how we're going to have to go about these to be successful. Is that we're going to be super on top of them, and that means I'm probably going to pick up the phone and really chase these down as well. So today we're going to go through, and we're going to do this probably for a week. You and I are just going to work side by side on the different pulling properties and making sure we're exactly on the same page. These next couple of days, we're going to have a lot to go through, but it'll really whittle down to just a few. And I don't know exactly how many houses are coming on the market. My expectation is not very many, so I don't know if this will keep you busy full time. But if it doesn't, then I'm going to try to, if you have the time, move you into working some of the Freedom Soft stuff that Solomon was doing, and I'll possibly bring him on at a later date once we get things kind of ramped up. But anyways, so what we're doing today is I'm going through and I'm finding the properties that we both picked out, which are in the green, and then there's these properties that you picked out that I didn't pick out, and vice versa. These white ones, you did not have these on your sheet either. I picked out about twice as many properties as you did. Let's see if we can get this so you can see it. You can't really see it over there because this. There we go. So I picked out twice as many properties as you did. I got about 69. You got about 35. So I'm trying to figure out what the difference is. Now there's going to be some overlap. If you didn't pull exactly at the same time I did, if you pulled 6 hours later, then you're gonna have some properties on my sheet that I just didn't have because they weren't active yet. So but for the most part, there's quite a few in here that I felt like should be on here, and I'm going to go through this step by step. So I'm going to go ahead and shoot this video to you, and then I'm going to kind of step this through and kind of analyze the properties that you pulled, the properties that I pulled, and just make sure that we get on the same page as far as pulling the properties that I think we have a shot at making offers on. Ultimately, what we're going to do is we're going to combine these two sheets. So probably the easiest thing is to pull your properties that are in white and stick them on my sheet. And then those are all the properties we're going to make offers on and start going through the ARVs. And then we're going to work very closely today and tomorrow on determining ARVs as well. So I'm going to take a look at this. If you want to go ahead and just pull off these properties that you have in your sheet that I didn't have on my sheet, and add them to this master sheet, and then if you want to start working through the ARVs, that's fine. We'll do that. and then you can just clean the sheet up and just use this, and we'll start determining ARVs. And if you want to start working on that, I'm going to look at how we were different on the properties and then talk through that with you when I get done. So I'll probably shoot another video on that. So more to come.